Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Reeltv. On our show, we report and discuss the latest movie news and bring you the scoop from behind the scenes in Hollywood. I'm your host, Connor Smith.
And I'm also your host, Lindsey Lorifus. And today we'll be discussing comedy television shows. There has been a surge of new comedy TV shows this past year, and there were so many awards, in particular for Anna Faris and Allison Janney, who are in Mom. And it's a fantastic show. Anna Faris, she's hysterical. I love her to death. She was in just so many movies, like the Scary Movie series.
Yeah.
She was great in that.
I've not seen Moms. I've heard it's funny, though.
Oh, it's really funny. It's just great. Just their interaction on film is just magical. I love their chemistry. And I personally wouldn't have chosen those two actresses to be in that kind of situation together, but I love them. They're fantastic.
I really like both of them. I think, so on this we're going to talk about sort of brand new comedy shows, but also old favorites. If you're looking for a great comedy to watch, we're gonna give you some. So, Moms, what other comedies do you watch that are currently airing that you just love?
I love The Goldbergs. Oh my goodness.
I've heard that's good.
Yes, it's fantastic. It takes place in the 80s, and it's such a wonderful decade. I think it had so many gems of things that were occurring, like with the video games that they did back then and the music and everything like that. And I love the show because they dress in the style of the 80s, of course. And so, oh no, my microphone is falling. 1 second, there we go. And so it's just great to see this family interacting, and it's fun to know that Adam F. Goldberg, who produced the show, directing it, everything like that, he basically took footage from when he was growing up in the 80s and is turning it into this television series.
I heard it's very funny.
It's just great. It's perfect.
Yeah, I watch a lot of comedy shows. I think my favorites that are currently on the air, maybe not the best, but the ones I always get the most excited about watching. Mostly NBC. I love Parks and Rec. I love Community. I used to love 30 Rock and The Office. Those are gone. I love The Middle on ABC.
The Middle.
I like Modern Family.
I recently got into Modern Family.
It's very funny.
Yeah, it really
I think
is.
it kind of went downhill a couple years ago, and it's still kind of in that downhill craze, but seasons 1 through 3 are golden. That's comedy gold, and I think they're going to keep winning gold awards, really. But,
exactly.
What else? I think I said Cougar Town. I love Cougar Town. I think it's almost funny that animated shows nowadays are just as funny for adults as they are for kids. And adult cartoon shows. I still love South Park. That's been around forever. Archer, really raunchy spy cartoon. And also this quirky little show on Disney Channel called Gravity Falls. I love. It's so silly and irreverent. No one knows about it, but it's on demand and you can find it somewhere. It's hilarious. Gravity Falls. Those are kind of my recommendations. What do you think of the brand new comedies that premiered this year?
Oh, I love The Millers. It originally was canceled in early January 2013. They weren't going to let the pilot air and stuff.
Really?
Which I thought was pretty interesting because it has wonderful actors and actresses like Margot Martindale and Beau Bridges and Will Arnett and everyone. It's just a great cast. But I'm so glad they let it air because I think it's a wonderful show. It's just really funny and even Beau Bridges and Margot Martindale, they've also been on Masters of Sex, which Allison Janney is on too. All these comedic stars are coming together to be on such a serious, dramatic show, and Allison Janney was nude in one episode, which I was not ready for. I was like, wow, okay, this is really intense.
Scarred for life.
Exactly. But it's just interesting to see that transition from comedy to these serious, dramatic roles.
Yeah, I watched a couple comedies this year. I feel like this pilot season, all the shows that I was really excited for disappointed me, and the shows that I was like, I'll watch one episode, I loved. These were the shows I was really excited for, but they all really disappointed me. Michael J. Fox show, I thought it would be really funny. It was actually really, really lame. The Crazy Ones, I thought would be really funny. Yeah. I didn't really enjoy it. I know a lot of people do, but maybe not my thing.
I was super excited for Robin Williams to come back to television. That's where he got started,
I thought it was sporadically funny. The McDonald's song was really funny, but it just didn't grab me. And maybe future episodes got better, but I didn't really stick around. I really like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's the show with Andy Samberg. It just won Golden Globe for Best Comedy. such a talented ensemble cast. It's by Michael Schur, who did Parks and Rec. He wrote for that show. And this is just, it's very much so The Office. Like, it has a really quirky ensemble cast, as I said, and kind of the dynamic of The Office, and they go solve cases. Yeah, it reminds me of The Office a lot, and I think that's why I like it.
I didn't really have high hopes for that, but I'm impressed
I was going to watch an episode, but it was really funny, and I stuck around for it.
That's great.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what other shows I keep up with. Oh, I think there's some really great dramedies out, too. One of my I guess I can say this. I don't think I'll regret it. My favorite show currently airing on network TV is Parenthood. It has really dramatic moments, but it's at its heart, it's kind of a tender sort of comedy. It's not, I guess it's more of a dramedy. I'm kind of contradicting myself, but it's very funny, but it's also really dramatic, and it's all in all the best show currently airing on network TV. And also, I just recently started watching Showtime's show Shameless.
Yes.
And it's very much so a family dramedy as well. It's really funny, and not Michael J. Fox, William H. Macy is hilarious. The show is, she's amazing. Oh. It's really dramatic, but it also has really funny moments too. And I think I just really enjoy both of them because I come from a big family, so I really love all the big family shows that are on TV.
I would probably put Girls in the dramedy category too, because like it has gotten so many awards. I have this clipboard here with like just lists of all of the awards they've gotten, like Primetime Emmy Awards and Television Critics and everything. And like that show is just
I've never seen
on
Girls,
fire
but I
right
need
now.
to.
And I just love it to death.
What's it about? Girls in New York?
It's about girls in New York City, and they're in their mid-20s, and they're going through just things associated with that, like paying bills and finding jobs, and do I stay with this boyfriend? Do we get engaged? Do we, like, where do we go from here?
Reminds me, is it kind of like Sex and the City?
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit?
Yeah, for our generation.
Yeah, I've heard it's very, very funny. Also on HBO, I love the show Veep.
Yes.
It's
love Veep
so
much.
Fun. You watch it?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know you
so
watched
funny.
it.
Yeah, it's great. Oh, goodness.
It's so funny. It's so funny. That's another show that kind of reminds me of The Office almost, with this great ensemble cast. And I think that's what makes a great comedy, really, to be honest, is a great ensemble cast. And I mean, a lot of comedies kind of have 2 characters or 3 characters, like Moms. But I think the comedy shows that are the biggest on the air, Big Bang Theory, what else? Big Bang Theory, Modern Family, the really top tier comedies have huge ensemble casts. And I think that's kind of what makes a comedy so successful.
Exactly.
But Veep has a great one. I think HBO has some really good comedy shows. I think I don't know if comedy's like at its peak, because I think there's always ups and downs. Like NBC is not really that. They have a lot of really failure comedies right now, failed comedies, and CBS has like 10 great ones. So I think it kind of goes up and down depending on the network, really.
Yeah.
But all right, so let's sum everything up. If you had to give 3 recommendations for 3 comedy shows to our loyal audience, what do you think they should watch, comedies?
Okay, first, The Goldbergs. Love it. It's just magical and cute and adorable, and it has a great moral to the story, and the narrator, he's precious. He's like 12 years old and just like the cutest thing ever, so you have to watch that. Probably Girls would be my second choice, because it's really relatable for college-age students, and good information, good. It's wise. It's wise for our
I haven't
age.
seen either of these, so I'm going to have to take your recommendations.
Yeah, I recommend that. Third one, I'm probably going to, I'm stuck between Mom
you can say them both.
and The Millers. Okay, yeah.
I haven't seen any
I
of
really
your
like
shows.
both of them. Okay, I really recommend them because it's just a fun time. If you want to sit back, relax, enjoy yourself, and laugh, watch those shows.
Mine would have to be, if I'm going to recommend 3 comedy shows, I wrote down some. Which ones do I want people to watch really badly? Not the ones that everyone already watches, really. I would have to go, my number 1, this is kind of not in order, I guess, but I'm going to say Parenthood, because that show makes me laugh, it makes me cry, it makes me so emotional, but on so many levels, and I love everything about that show. 2 is Gravity Falls, because it's just so off the radar. And it needs to be on the radar because it's just amazing. And then third, I might have to go with Brooklyn Nine-Nine, because it's sort of starting. It's very new, and it doesn't have a huge audience yet, but I think it's a show that if more people knew about it, or at least watched it, I think it would get a more loyal audience. And it also is airing after the Super Bowl. So, I mean, Super Bowl
snap.
has 100 million viewers every year.
Whew.
So that's a really big
Yeah.
spot.
I feel like it could become a cult classic.
Yeah, I know it's going to get renewed. I think it's going to be great. But we are going to take a quick break, but stay tuned. And when we come back, we'll give you the Hollywood buzz and later some trivia.
Welcome back to Reeltv. I'm Brian.
And I'm Eric.
And right now, we're going to talk about the latest Hollywood news and the Hollywood buzz. Next Friday, Labor Day and That Awkward Moment are being released in theaters. In Labor Day, a depressed single mom, Adele, played by Kate Winslet, and her son Henry offer a wounded, fearsome man a ride, who is played by Josh Brolin. As police search town for the escaped convict, the mother and son gradually learn his true story as their options become increasingly limited.
In That Awkward Moment, three best friends, played by Zac Efron, Miles Teller, and Michael B. Jordan of Fruitvale Station fame, find themselves where we've all been, at that confusing moment in every dating relationship, when you have to decide, so, where's this going?
Yeah, that's a big moment. It's really hard to figure that out. And now it's time for the Hollywood buzz. Quentin Tarantino's plans for making another Western have quickly gone south. Oh dear. After telling Jay Leno in November that the experience of making Django Unchained had inspired him to want to make another film in that genre, he's made an about-face about it. Deadline reports that the director was so upset when the script for The Hateful Eight leaked that he no longer wishes to make the movie right now. The script was given to a small pool of actors, and he learned of the leak when his manager began receiving calls for agents wanting to pitch actors for the movie's roles. Tarantino told Deadline, "I'm very, very depressed. I finished the script, a first draft. I didn't mean to shoot it until next winter, a year from now. I gave it to 6 people, and apparently it's gotten out today." That really sucks. Like, I love Quentin Tarantino. I hate to see
I think it was all planned. It was really accidental.
I can see your point there.
Outgoing Parks and Recreation star Rashida Jones has lined up her next small screen venture. The actress-producer has been tapped to star in TBS's Steve Carell comedy pilot, Tribeca, The Hollywood Reporter has learned. Convinced by Steve Carell and his wife, Nancy, the couple will write and executive produce Tribeca, a single-camera satirical look at police procedural anchored by Angie Tribeca, played by Jones, a 10-year-old veteran of the LAPD's elite RHCU, Really Heinous Crimes Unit. The single-camera comedy explores an eccentric but brilliant group of people who investigate crime, reveal way too much personal information, and refuse to rest until justice has been served, sort of. These dedicated men and women are more than counterintuitive. They are non-intuitive. Carell will direct the pilot, which hails from his Carousel Productions banner.
That seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. Steve Carell's really good about these sorts
Wonder
of
what
things.
he did with his mail room TV show that never happened.
Yeah, I heard about that. Murder, She Wrote. Well, she won't, at least not anytime soon. NBC is scrapping its planned reboot of the mystery series Murder, She Wrote. According to Deadline, the network has opted not to move forward with the show. Oscar winner Octavia Spencer had been cast as the lead of the series, a reboot of the popular drama that had starred Angela Lansbury as Jessica Fletcher, a mystery novelist who moonlighted as an amateur detective. The original series aired on CBS for 12 seasons and ended its run in 1996. I see reruns of it all the time, but it kind of sucks that they're not going to make a reboot of it.
Oh well.
Yeah,
Worse things can happen.
absolutely.
Hugh Jackman has officially closed a deal to play the pirate Blackbeard in Warner Bros. Pan. Variety first reported Jackman was in talks to star in The Pick, that Joe Wright was directing, and Garrett Hedlund is also in talks to star as Hook. Greg Berlottani is producing from a script by Jason Fuchs. Sarah Schrader will oversee the studio. Warner Brothers has gone to Javier Bardem for the role, but the actor passed and the studio pursued Jackman shortly after that. While the Australian isn't known for playing villains, Jackman has shown the ability to take on darker roles. His recent perf in WB's Prisoners got him high praise from critics, and though he's not the bad guy in the film, the part is much edgier than his previous roles, even that of the anti-hero Wolverine in the X-Men movies. The Pick battles on set screens July 17th, 2015. That was a tongue twister.
Yeah, that does seem that. And it seems, in Hugh Jackman, it seems like he's really kind of trying to branch out from his traditional anti-hero role. We already knew that Israeli model turned actor Gal Gadot will appear in Batman vs. Superman, aka Man of Steel 2, as Wonder Woman. But the character won't stop there. When Gadot inked her deal to portray the Amazonian superhero, she signed on for 3 pictures, according to Variety. The news isn't really surprising given the way studios are approaching superhero franchises. The record for multi-film agreements goes to Samuel L. Jackson, who signed on to appear in a whopping 9 Marvel films, but it does seem to confirm that DC has long-term plans for the Amazonian princess. Following Wonder Woman's appearance in Batman vs. Superman, the character will likely appear in the often discussed, but as yet unconfirmed Justice League film. After that, the character's future falls into the realm of even more conjecture and rumor. Warner Brothers has repeatedly claimed that Wonder Woman is high on the list of properties to adapt, but so far both TV shows and proposed films have fallen apart. Most recently, a Wonder Woman show titled Amazon was under development for the CW, but it was eventually scrapped. Prior to that, director Paul Feig of The Heat and The Bridesmaids fame pitched a Wonder Woman comedy, which WB briefly considered before passing on. Wonder Woman's kind of gotten the short end of the stick in superhero films. Yeah.
I really could care less about Wonder Woman. Sony Pictures is in the process of acquiring rights to Reach the Clouds, the story of French high-wire artist Philippe Petit's walk between the twin towers of the World Trade Center on August 7, 1974. The dangerous walk, called the artistic crime of the century, was explored on the award-winning Man on the Wire documentary. The idea is to make a 3D movie, similar to what Alfonso Cuarón accomplished with Gravity or Ang Lee with Life of Pi. Even though the film was still in early development, Robert Zemeckis, Flight, Castaway, Back to the Future fame, is already on board to direct, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, the only good part about this entire story, is in talks to play the lead role. Much of the movie will be about how Petit managed with a small group of relatives and his girlfriend to carefully plan the walk, sneaking up to the top of the towers at night. They hid until late evening when they strung a 450-pound cable from one building to the other. Petit then stepped up the South Tower for a 45-minute walk to the North Tower. The majority of the film will take place like Ocean's 11, while the third act will be all about using the latest technology recreating the actual walk. That sounds awful. I don't look forward to that movie.
Yeah.
But that's all we have for Hollywood Buzz. And I am Eric.
And I'm Brian.
Stay tuned for some Hitchcock trivia.
Hello, this is trivia. Oh, there we go. I am Connor Smith. This is trivia. I've never hosted before, so bear with me. My name is Connor. I think I literally just said that. But we have 3 wonderful contestants today. This is Ryan. Say hello.
Hello.
This is Lindsey. And
Hi.
this is Brian.
Yo.
So, since we're doing Hitchcock today, I figured we would start off with asking, what is your favorite Hitchcock movie?
My favorite Hitchcock movie is Psycho, 1960.
I'm going to have to second that notion. I actually have some of the lines memorized.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
say Psycho 2. That's one of the only Hitchcock films I've actually ever seen, so I'm not going to be too good at this.
Wow,
Yes,
Hitchcock
yes, I
is
like
just
that.
popular today. All right, my favorite Hitchcock movie is probably Rope. So I'm a rebel, not
Odd
a
man out
psycho.
over there.
But we are going to start with question 1. Number 1, which of these Hitchcock films has a climax that takes place on a train? A, North by Northwest, B, Shadow of a Doubt, C, Strangers on a Train, or D, Rope?
Oh,
Brian got it first.
I didn't even
Shadow of a Doubt.
That's right.
Yes!
Woo! Oh, that's probably really loud. My bad. Yes, Shadow of a Doubt. That did take. When I wrote that, I wrote the questions. I was hoping I would kind of trick you guys. That you would say Strangers on a Train.
Wait.
It says
This
that.
can't be right.
It says B, Strangers on the Train.
Oh, it's Shadow of a Doubt.
Okay.
My bad.
Oh, you fooled us there. I got excited.
Right.
No,
Oh.
it's Shadow of a Doubt. I was
Yep.
trying to trick you guys, making mistakes.
I actually saw that film in like high school, like for a film class.
Fair enough.
That's
Look at
the-
that.
that's
All
the-
right, so 1 point, Brian, and the second question is true or false? Hitchcock's favorite. Wait, don't go down all the way. Sorry, I don't want them to see it. Hitchcock's favorite of all his films is Psycho. Ooh, I don't know. Let's just go down the line. What was it?
I would say false.
False.
I'm going with false. Yeah.
Okay.
He was not happy about making it.
I'll be the odd one out just on this. I'll say true.
Alrighty, well, shouldn't have been the odd man out, because you're wrong. No.
Oh.
All right, now I'm going to give, never mind. I was going to say, and try and give you guys a bonus point and see if you could guess which one it was, but it was Shadow of a Doubt. So, good job. You guys both have a point.
So now we're tied. Now it's a three-way
All right.
tie.
So, the third question is, Hitchcock was nominated 5 times for the Best Director Oscar. Which of these films did not receive said nomination? A, The Birds, B, Spellbound, C, Rear Window, D, Rebecca, or E, Psycho? That was Lindsay first.
A, The Birds.
You are right, The Birds. All right, so thank you for watching. The Birds did not receive a Best Director nomination. Once again, this is Ryan, Lindsay, and Brian. I was your host today, Connor Smith, and thanks for watching Reeltv today. Bye.